Hey guys, welcome to Tyson's Tight Lines. So maybe you're new to fishing and you want to learn how to cast a spinning reel, or at least learn a couple more techniques. Well, that's what we're going to go over today. Like with any tool, you should know the fundamentals of what you're working with. So we'll go over the parts here real quick and a little terminology. Up top here, you've got your drag. Okay, you turn this dial to the right to tighten it up, to the left to loosen it up. And what the drag does is that is a friction device that you can adjust it to where when the fish applies enough pressure to overcome it, it'll actually let the reel reverse and pull line out. This here's your bail. You flip that up when you're ready to cast, and that'll let your line out, and then you flip it back down and you're ready to reel in. Then you've got your crank. Obviously turning that's going to retrieve your fish or your bait. And then on the bottom here you've got your anti-reverse switch. Okay, now if you flip that, this whole thing will spin freely either direction. You flip it the other way and it's only going to spin freely in a direction that's going to bring the line in. Okay, so when you're getting ready to cast, first thing you want to do is you want to turn this bail manually to where the line is in the top position closest to your finger. Okay, so then we're going to barely grab onto that line with our finger. We don't want to really grip it like that all the way up to the pole, even though that'll seem much easier, because that's going to affect your accuracy and your distance. So we barely grip the line there, and when we're ready to cast, we're going to flip that bail up, and now we're ready to cast. So there's three basic techniques that I think any beginner should learn that's going to help you get your lure where it needs to be. The first one we're going to go over is the overhead technique. That one's more for getting your line way out there, getting your distance. Second one, side cast. If you can't use that overhead because you got something over your head, or maybe you need a lower trajectory with your lure, you're going to use that side cast. And then the last one's the roll cast. Roll cast is for getting under those low-lying branches, getting under docks, things like that. Hey guys, we just wanted to pause from the tutorial for a second and let my cameraman ask you a quick question.
What is your favorite casting technique?
Be sure to let us know in the comments, and if you like the video, make sure you subscribe and share for everybody else. Okay, so your overhead cast. First thing we want to start out, we want to have our line about 6 to 8 inches down. Okay, if you've got that lure sucked all the way up to the tip of the pole, you're not going to get as much distance on it. If you've got it hanging way too far down, you're going to end up affecting your accuracy. So we want about 6 to 8 inches. So I've got my bail to where the line's in the top position, barely grab the line, flip our bail. Now when you do this, a lot of guys want to go straight overhead and do like a chopping motion. That's not what you want to do. You want to come back over your dominant shoulder, kind of like a baseball bat or golf swing. Okay, we've got both hands on the rod, and we're going to come straight down, forward, and we want to point the tip of that right where we want our bait to be. Okay, so it's going to look something like this. So we come back over our shoulder, point that tip right where we want to go. So overhand, we got 6 to 8 inches of line hanging out. Reel in the top right, or the bail in the top right position. Flip it. Both hands on. And look where we want to go. Point the tip there when we're done. Okay, so the side cast. Again, we got our bait hanging 6 to 8 inches down. Barely grab the line. Flip the bail. We're gonna have both hands on the reel again. You're basically gonna kind of pivot around your front hand. The other hand's more for power and getting you out there a little more and a little control. Okay, so you've got it sideways here, and you're just gonna rip it out there, and again, point your tip where you want that lure to go. Okay, so that's gonna look like this. Alright, so now your roll cast. This one's pretty similar to your side cast, but instead of just going in a straight parallel line with the water and throwing it out there. We're actually going to roll. We're going to kind of get our bait, we're going to swing it around and roll and have our line down much lower to the water. Again, this is your low trajectory one. This is when you want to get under those low-lying branches, under your docks, okay? So that one's going to look something like this. You can see that kind of skips the bait out there. You get that to hit right in front of where you want to be, and you'll skip that bait right underneath those branches, right underneath the dock. Thanks again for watching, guys, and until next time, I'll be wishing you a bunch of tight lines.